you will come and then you will tell God, I'm even going faster in this my teaching. But let me say it in case I didn't get there. You come and tell God, God, I want to love everybody. Give me the heart of love, oh God. I want my heart to love, just a loving heart. Sister, sometimes just a loving heart. So when you are true, you know what will happen? You know that your shoe, you don't like anybody to touch. You are not with me. That your shoe. Okay, let me leave shoe. It's not too costly. There is a wig you have. I've said it. There is a wig. There is a wig these people have. If you will use the money to barb your hair for 1 year. Let's assume they are barbing you in 2,000, 3,000. You know, me, I don't go to that kind of place you go. Me, I go where they, there is, in fact, my own is free of charge. So I'm looking as free as possible. Are you getting? But let's assume where you are going is 5K per cut. 5K. 5K. And you do it once every week. 5K times 50 will be what? 250,000, Abi? There are wigs higher than 250,000. That wig is the one I'm talking about now. So you now decorate it, put it. And you are living with some people. When you left, somebody that God created. Somebody that drank somebody's breast that ate in the house is not wise enough to know this wig. He didn't even take this one. He went to the one, he saw the way I hung it and kept it different and kept it where how did he even know it's inside this my bag? And took it and put on her big head. Meanwhile, you said God, and the worst part is that if it's that your friend that took it, it will be okay. It's that person that even refused to greet you yesterday. Somebody that is even, he doesn't greet you, he's even rubbing shoulder with me, thinking all of us are at the same level. Just because we are coming to the same church, you think all of us are the same level. Just because we are in choir, I'm not the same level with you. And I just allowed it just because I can, and then you collected my wig. It's your prayer that is answered. That's what I'm telling you. May you know when your prayer is answered. Is your wig. You can come and ask God, make me a giver. I want to be a giver to my generation. Make me a kingdom financier. Make me a man that you will use to support the kingdom and take the gospel to the four corners of the earth with my resources. Oh God, I believe you. I sow this seed to Apostle Edu so that you will release the dimension. I will receive your 100,000 and use it to buy fuel. Then God will answer you. You know how He will answer you? You are not with me. He will answer you well. That's the last 100. You sold it, and then when you now stayed, so you are with some guys. You buy food stuff, keep. They will finish it. And you know this guy has money. If he doesn't have, you are not with me. If he doesn't have money, it's okay. But you know that sister has money. She didn't know that when you were trying to shift her bag, you saw 5,000 inside her bag. She quickly locked it. And when they are bringing money, she brought 100 naira and kept her face as if she didn't have anything and went behind and bought up. And then bought, you know what I'm saying. So, when you want to say, I will never do anything, God will tell you, go to that person, give her 5K. You say, God, who am I? What am I hearing now? What am I hearing? What am I hearing? then you pray. Let's assume you touch God when you are ascended. When you go high, when you touch God. For me, this is what they do. They normally do their hand like this. That thing we told you. I will say, God, what? Do you mean it? I'll ask God, do you actually mean that I should remove that 100? Do you mean it? And it's to give it to this person. When you give it to that person, you die. As you are living, you see your corpse. And tomorrow you can give a ministry $10,000 and they did not thank you. You will not call back. You don't care. You don't care anything. It doesn't just happen. Something has happened to you. Tomorrow you can give a ministry $50,000 and the pastor still looked at you and rebuked you. And you did not mind. Do you know why? You have died. You are not truly a kingdom financier if you don't know the spiritual dimension of what you are doing. What many people want is the praise of the church. They are not kingdom financiers. They just want to say that they want pushing this thing with their money. You don't know God yet. Is what I'm saying. Is it hard? You don't know God yet. It will take a purging in your soul. So that thing that you did and you have been given, nobody has recognized. I'm telling you. You tell God, hide me. I don't want anybody to see me. Hide me. Hide me. I just want to stay in one place and just. He said, It's after me. So, when you come, I'm telling you what has happened to me. When you come, inclusive of people that you are better than, will be handling the mic and teaching you. They are teaching you what you know 10 times better, but you have to stay there and you are dying. Let's assume you want to die, because two things can happen. Are you with me? Yes, I'm assuming your heart is good, because 70% or more of the time, when such a thing happens, you just say, it's just a matter of time. We will get there now. It's just a matter of time. You will just, as I'm talking, you just be checking the way I'm doing it. So, okay, if I get to this level, I will just post on Facebook, then open a Telegram channel, and then my amen will reduce now. That's what is in your heart. Finally, now, so what God will do is that no matter how much you try, including your mother, will not listen to your message. In fact, if you listen to yourself, you will be angry with yourself. What am I even saying? Meanwhile, when you were preaching, you thought you were saying something good. When you now listen to yourself, you say, why didn't I say it like this? Why? Okay, when I was here, I should have climbed more, and then the anointing will increase. To show you that God's hand is trying to help you. When you do it tomorrow, you will still do worse. They are hiding you out of sight. His answer to your prayer. No, you pray. You see, we have come to the crux of the matter. How does God achieve this? There is actually 3 ways he does it. God does three treatments. Water treatment, fire treatment, and blood treatment. These are the 3 ways he does it. This one, I'm telling you now, is fire treatment. Show me the scripture in the book of... I want to show something now. In the book of Matthew chapter 3, from verse 11. Have you seen how God achieves it? So if God, are you with me? Sometimes you will tell God, take away envy, take away jealousy from my heart. And he'll probably tell you to go to a place where naturally you don't like. You don't like going there. You don't, and there is no reason why you should go. But you still went. And he will tell you to support what is happening. And he will tell you to be doing things. When you notice that, you say, what, God, do I need to pass through all this? Yes. There is something that is being achieved in your heart. Are you getting what I'm saying now? When you pray, how does God answer it? I'm trying to tell you what is going to happen after this meeting. Don't think that you finish this meeting and then you go. And then, if you're an Igbo person, raise your hand here. Raise your hand. So, and then you go back, even in a bakute like this. No, it's not going to bakute anywhere. You are going to pass through stuff. That's the way it's going to go. Are you hearing me? And it's because God heard your prayer. Submit to it. I know prayers I prayed. When God began to answer it, I said, God, no. I said many of the things I'm teaching, I learned from experience. I said, God, please, I don't mean it the way I prayed it. You see, what I actually meant when I prayed is that you should do this. He told me, but we have heard the prayer. That's when I began to learn that there are some prayers you make. You change your mind. God doesn't change his mind. He must answer that prayer. He must. You'll be saying, God, you'll be praying other prayer. They say, when we finish answering this one, you must answer it. You must answer. Are you not the one that said, take everything, give me your presence? They collected your boyfriend. They collected your car. Take everything, make me a genuine man that will walk with you. And God looked and saw that if you buy that car you want to buy, you will carry somebody in front. Oh, you don't know. That's why your car will not come soon. There are people in your street, there are damsels in your street, they are hiding. The reason why they are not greeting you well is because you never buy that Jeep. Oh. I'm telling you. Should I say this one? So when I used to trek and come down my sea, no matter if you see the fire that falls in tent at New, raw fire, and it falls every day. It falls. So one day I finished. If you see service, my God, and I was soaked. I was there. As I was going home, I went, and that was the day they slapped me. See, some of you have heard the story of that slap, and you are wondering why I'm saying it again. It's because it entered my spirit, soul, and body. Amago Giola Obaginobi. The guy raised that guy, I think he gyms. So he took his hand. Why? I said, I'm a pastor. Why? So the reason why they handed out the second portion is because you are what? A pastor. My bed is a little big. Huh? But I slept on the couch in the parlor. I slept like this. So, those days they were slapping me. I didn't know there were damsels and people in my street, including my yard. We were living in a flat, you know, and it's a double, and people feel up to 12 flats. Until, I think, 2 months or 1 month later, then I got a Jeep. So, initially, those days I got it. They said, my mother said, when she heard I have a car, she thought it's a small car. This big thing. So, I used to tell David or Chibeze, they will drive it in the night. I will stop outside and then walk inside. They will see somebody driving the car. They don't know anybody in that compound. The person coming out is not anybody living here. So after some time, if you live in a public yard, the information must flow. That's how the place survives, by information. So they searched out and found that I'm the one. People began to greet me. I came out from my door one day, and one damsel that is wearing something now said, "Good morning, sir." I said, my brother, that's the way to answer. I know you will say, wait, I know you will say you are strong. and you say, good morning, how are you? That's how they will collect your number. You are not hearing me. Now, the reason why I said all this is that it wouldn't have been possible if there was no car. It was a car that came. I said, I don't know how they know the time I used to go out. I'll be delaying so that they will leave, so that I will move, or I will move faster than them yet. I'm telling you. I said I came back one day and my car was dusty and they wrote, I love you on the car. This one knows me. See Elijah. Oh my God. Oh, you people like this. I will stop this my story now. All these things came because there was what? So, if God checked and you don't have the capacity to manage that kind of thing, that your car is not coming yet. That's the message I'm trying. So when you say, oh God, keep me in the place where the eyes of Jezebel, of strange women will not see me, hide me away, oh God, I come to the place and I hide him. Your car will just be going away, going away. What I'm trying to tell you is what is going to happen after now, so that your heart will not fail you. Are you getting the point? You know that this is the answer to your prayer. Use me to deliver my family, oh God, oh God. And then you go back after a powerful meeting, and then you notice that all your family began to hate you for no reason. I thought because you prayed and fasted for them, all of them should love you. And how many of you it has happened to you? It has. We are many. So, are you getting the point now? That is the way that thing works in the spirit. You are not the first. When you begin to intercede, you know, the atonement of Jesus is actually described organically in the spirit as intercession, as according to the book of Hebrews. And that is why he still ever lives, to make sure that the power of that his intercession is still applied in many generations. Are you with me? Now, when you begin to intercede, the same thing that Jesus passed through will be administered in your direction. Sometimes the people you are praying for will not hug you for 3 years. Sometimes for 1 year. Sometimes for months. They will even be fighting the same. The prayer you are praying is what is making them to succeed, not to die. Yet they are fighting it. What I'm trying to say is so that your heart will not fail you. That's why we came to this floor. That's not the time to come and scheme or change or run away and say no. It is a proof that God is bringing out something mighty in your life. And we trust that your appearance at the floor has made it possible that you can identify exactly what God is working into your heart. Because the more you submit to that process, the more your intercessory authority will begin to increase. The day you stop praying, they will know who is actually in charge in that family.